Hello there gang, and welcome back to another episode of Blast from the Past. In this case, we should be taking a quick look at Call of Duty 2, the last of the Infinity Ward World War II games, released in 2006, so developed by Infinity Ward, published by Activision. In many ways, it's very similar. It's the same engine in previous versions, just beefed up and modified a bit. So option-wise, they're all pretty similar previously. A few more graphic options now, as well as SLI profiles. But outside of that, yeah, pretty much same as what you've already known. And again, of course, it comes with a single-player campaign and multiplayer. Now, multiplayer. It does actually work, but you might have to wait a while for it to open. And you also might have to plug in, if you're on a USB system like I am, you might have to plug in headphones and microphone sockets to get it to work. And even then, sometimes it'll hang for quite some time before it finally opens. On the upside, once it does open, there are more people playing it than the original Call of Duty or the United Offensive expansion pack. However, most of the servers now are modded when there are people there, so you'll have to do a lot of downloading first. It's all done in game for most of them, but just be aware if you're after multiplayer, there is a lot more people playing than the previous games, but there's a lot more hoops to jump through to play it than previously. So let's just jump into a bit of single player, see what we get there. So of course, again in typical COD fashion, you can play the Ruskies, these bloody Yanks, all the wonderful lads, the British. And this time around, there's a lot more of the missions are based in historical events than perhaps the previous games were. As you can see, each little mini campaign is divided into several sub-missions. So here on D-Day, for example, the Battle of Pont de Hoc. This is the one where the Americans tried to find the 6-inch coastal guns, and the Germans had moved them, and they sort of hunted them down and destroyed them. Obviously, it's a very shortened Pont de Hoc, but it's pretty close, sticks fairly close to historically what happened. So let's just dive on in with that and give that a little playthrough. I'll just play it through as regular.
30 seconds, Yanks! Got me with you!
Hey, Rayburn, you look like you're gonna puke.
You know what, Danny? Why don't you just... Dog company, listen up! Men on the beaches are counting on us to take out the coastal guns on those cliffs. Move fast, get topside, and get the job done!
So of course this is where a lot of the cinematics made their way into the Call of Duty franchise. Started with this game. So yeah, definitely something you'll spot is the vastly improved graphics over the previous versions of the game. So it's still a Quake engine. Also there's a lot more AI available than there used to be. it's all quite hectic, and so yeah, weapon-wise it's all fairly similar. Oh, they're Germans. Don't know whether he wants me to put up a screen. Yes, that was another big addition. Smoke grenades made their way into this one. And again, there's the usual faction-specific weapons. You put up a smoke screen if you're so bothered about it. You really want to put one over there. I think that was a terrible throw. I'll be using my smoke grenade. Let's just use a normal grenade, I think, there. Oh, that was a terrible throw. Have another go. Now there's a load of German grenades to dodge. Yeah, so it's definitely more cinematic than previous games. Well, there's loads of Germans here. Yeah, so it is very sort of loosely. Oops. I think we were going that way. Let's try a little bit of this. I was going to try some sniping, but there's no need, everyone's dead. Well done, you chaps. So yeah, this sort of gives you a good look at some of the single player. Oh yes, now of course is the other big advancement was of course there's no longer health packs, you just have to sit here sucking your thumb till your health returns when you get damaged now. Weapon wise, it's a... Oh come on, that was a clear shot. Stupid cheating game. Oh, there's there. They're still there. So yeah, as I say, mission-wise, although it's a scaled-down Point du Hoc, it's a lot more closer now to these missions to what actually happened in World War II than the previous instalments. And there's the heavy machine guns that were introduced to United Offensive. Whoever's shooting me there? Come on. Eyes open, chaps. Time I get a go on this, they'll all be gone. Well, it doesn't matter. So yes, graphically it's a bit of an improvement. Strangely though, they've dropped the sprint that was introduced in United Offensive. There's no sprint in this game. Not quite sure why that was. I mean, it was only a very short sprint, admittedly. Yeah, it's definitely a massive graphic uplift. So you've got all the different cinematics as well that have been added in, make it all a little bit more epic. So with that, we'll just go back to the main menu. So as I said, yeah, multiplayer, slightly more hoops to jump through. It does still work, so you'll need to have it doesn't seem to like USB systems particularly well. And even then, sometimes you just have to sit there and let it run through for it to start. And most of the servers that are active now, they are modded, so you will need to download a load of files to play on them. But it is more active than the previous versions. So this was Call of Duty 2. And so not a technical innovator. Just multiplayer maps themselves were a lot smaller. It was a lot more boxy. The vehicle plays all been taken out as well. I should mention that now. It was more high octane fun. So yes, it's still a good game. I still like it. I've still played it through several times. Mostly now for the single player. Not so much the multiplayer as I used to play. That's mainly because I don't want to sit there downloading all the different mods that are needed these days. But it is still there if you want it. So again, the same conclusion really. It's still only £15 on Steam. But of course, you might as well buy the War Chest package and get the whole free base games for the same for £20, rather than paying 15 quid for one game, which makes no sense. So anyway, gang, as ever, thank you for watching the video. Hope you take the time to like, comment, subscribe, let me know you're alive, and I'll see you all next time. Bye now.